Okay, time for language. Language being Wednesday, April 22nd. For language today, you're going to need 2 sheets today. It's pages 157 through 158 in your book. We're going to do a little bit of a review, and then we're going to add a little bit to our adverbs today. And then page 158 is going to be just kind of a review. All right, so as we're warming up here, let's kind of reach back for a little bit and going back to our adjectives. I've put 3 sentences on the board. We're going to quickly go through them, talking about adjectives. Remember, adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives describe nouns. So we're going to go through the sentences and we're going to pick out our nouns and then match our adjectives to them. The first sentence is, a warm, gentle breeze is blowing. So let's first look at our nouns. Breeze, that is correct. Is blowing. Is blowing would be our verb phrase there. So let's go now and let's find our adjectives. Adjective, gentle, sure. It describes breeze. Warm breeze, yes, that describes breeze. And what about a or a? Yes. All right. So 3 adjectives there describing breeze. Let's look at the second sentence. The brown and red robins will come soon. What is our noun there? Robins, correct. It is a plural noun. Will come being, I'll go ahead and mark that. So we'll just have that. I'll come back up here and pop that in too, just as a little extra. So now let's look and match our adjectives. Red describes robin, yes. And does not, that's a conjunction, but we need to back up because and means there's more than one. So brown, yes, brown describes robins. And what about the? Yes, a, an, or the, correct. Last sentence, 2 cardinals sang loudly on our fence. So let's go in and pick up our nouns. Cardinals, those are a type of bird. And then fence. So let's go back to cardinals and find our adjective. There's only one word here. 2, yes, tells how many cardinals. Sang being our verb there. You see loudly? That describes how they sang, but we're going to pause on that right now. Let's go to fence. Let's back up a word. Our. Does our describe fence? Now think about this before you answer. Does our describe fence? Yes, it does, because it shows possession. It tells whose. So we would circle our and match it to fence. On, no, that's not an adjective. Okay? So that's just a little bit of a review with your adjectives. All right, I'm going to read you a couple sentences, and we're going to talk about comparing. We're comparing 2 nouns when we use or est. Remember, is with 2 nouns, est is with 3, because out of 3, this is the main one. This is the one that has the most of that characteristic. The planet Mars is larger or largest than Earth. Larger, that's right, because those are 2 nouns, larger. George, that was the best or better hit you have had in baseball all season. Now you're comparing all his hits, so it would be the best. George, that was the best hit. Good. Next sentence, a bald eagle is large, larger, or largest than a peregrine or peregrine falcon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. A bald eagle to a falcon. Larger. That's right, because there are only 2 nouns there. Last sentence, Elijah's new puppy is small, smaller, or smallest. It's just one. Elijah's new puppy is small. That's right. All right, so let's look to our new concept for today. If you'll look at page 157, give me just a second to erase this. We're going to continue our study of adverbs today. And if you remember, yesterday we opened up our discussion about adverbs. Adverbs describe what? Verbs, right. They are words that describe verbs. All right. Adjectives describe nouns. Adverbs describe verbs. All right. Yesterday we talked about how. Yesterday I yelled loudly. So yesterday we talked about how. How did you do whatever verb that is? Today we're going to add. So look at in your box. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. Some adverbs tell when the action of the verb happened. When. So we're going to add that. How, when. Nate played baseball yesterday. What is the noun? What is the verb there? Played. The verb is played. Now the adverb here is going to tell you when. When did he play baseball? Yesterday. Right. Look at the second section there. Some adverbs tell how often. How often. Look at your sentence. Nate always eats a good breakfast. What is your verb in that sentence? Eats. How often does Nate eat breakfast? Always. Good for him, right? Always is every day. So we're adding today that adverbs tell how, when, or how often the verbs occur. So let's look at Think A. Look at the verb and circle the adverb that tells how, when, or how often. Draw a small arrow from each adverb to the verb it describes. Okay, so let's look at number 1. John shot that basketball perfectly. John shot that basketball perfectly. Okay, now I could stop at John shot that basketball. And you would say, did he make it? How did it go? But we have added, so our verb here is shot. How did he shoot that basketball? Perfectly, right. So you circle perfectly and match it to shot. Let's look at number 2. Suddenly, the balloon popped. Okay, what is the verb there? Popped, right. When did it pop? Suddenly, yes. So you would circle suddenly and match it to popped. Number 3, Silas went camping Saturday. I'm not going to write them for the interest of time. Your verb there is went. When did he go camping? Saturday. So you would circle Saturday and match it to went, because that tells you when. Number 4, today, Lewis said his Bible verse. So they have said underlined there. What would be an adverb to said? Answering how, when, or how often. Today, yes. So you would circle today and match it to said. Because when did he say it? Today. Number 5, Ava usually says thank you. Says is underlined twice there. Okay, so let's look. What is our adverb? Answering how, when, or how often? Usually. Usually answers how often. So you would circle usually and match it to says. And sometimes, probably most of the time, adverbs can be left out of the sentence and it would still make sense. The sentence would still be a complete sentence. John shot the basketball. Number 2, the balloon popped. Number 3, Silas went camping. Number 4, Lewis said his Bible verse. And number 5, Ava says thank you. But those adverbs are there to tell how, when, or how often the verb occurs. So they're just there to enhance the sentence, to give you more information. Think B, draw a line from each verb to the adverb you think matches best. That's there for you. Not silly matches, like hug suddenly. That's not really going to match. So just think, logically and match those. Write C, write the kind of sentence using the red adverb. A declarative sentence, slowly. The turtle walked slowly. Okay, so you're using there your adverbs. Number 2, an imperative with quietly. And number 3, an exclamatory with now. All right, let's turn over to 158. 158 is just a review there for you. Circle the correct adjective for each comparison. We did a little bit of that review at the beginning. That is the dirty, dirtier, or dirtiest dog I have ever seen. So, sometimes, the sentence is going to make sense when you read these. So you're doing 1 through 8 there. Remember B, use proofreader marks to insert commas, quotation marks, periods, and end punctuation marks. Wow, reach back a long time ago for those things. Look at number 4 under Remember B. That is an address. You have Miss Crystal Sumner, 7029 Lakeshore Drive, Baltimore, Maryland, 21223. Just make sure you're adding correct punctuation for your address there. Think C, write as many adjectives as you can think of for the noun friend. And think D, write as many adverbs describing words describing verbs, it's in the word there, as you can think of for the verb walk. Maybe carefully, quietly. So those are some adverbs there. Okay, so that's page 157 and 158 for you today. Hope your study of adverbs is continuing to make sense to you. Adverbs, we will continue to work with those. Tomorrow we're going to learn how to diagram adverbs. We've diagrammed adjectives, and tomorrow we're going to diagram adverbs. All right. So this is our last video for today. So I hope you make it a wonderful day. If I can help you, if you have any questions, just, please send me a text and I'll be glad to, help you out. But other than that, I hope you have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which is Thursday. Have a good day.